Okay, so understanding the keys as a singer. So that's what we've been learning the past 3 weeks. Yeah, the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That's what we've been working on. And I believe that we have learned a lot, right? Yeah, everybody can chip in here and there what they have learned. So now I'm going to give you guys the opportunity. So obviously, the first week we learned about the basics of the piano, yeah, which was like the names of the keys and why it's important for a singer, why it's important for you to know the basics of the keyboard. And then also last week we learned the do re mi, where it comes from, how major scales and minor scales are built, and major chords and minor chords are built. Yeah, but then after last session, I spoke to a few of you guys, and it seemed like it wasn't all that clear. So I was like, let's repeat session 2, right? So that's where we are today. That's what we're going to do. But then we'll also repeat a few things from session 1 so that I'm sure that we are all on the same page. Now, oh, yeah, okay. So these are the people that we have in the group. Others are coming. So I think these are other people in the classroom. So I believe that they will also join us very soon. Yeah. Anyways, so with all what we have learned, I might just want to have like a rough overview about where you stand, right? So with what we've been learning past sessions, like what is your feeling towards it? Are you like confident with it, or is it like it's not really drilled in, so it's a bit 50-50? Or do you say, bruh, I don't understand nothing? Where do you stand? Make a selection. Seven more people has not reacted yet. 4 more. I want everybody to answer. 3 more people. 3 people have logged in, so no, I think we are with 14 now. 4 more people have to answer. 3 more now. Please, I want everybody involved here. Yeah, I want everybody to answer. I don't want anybody to skip any question. 3 more people. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, we are with more people on here than on Teams. Okay, then I'm gonna cancel it anyways. Okay. Okay. I was looking to have a bit more on the confidence side till it's still in temperature, but yeah, I think we can work towards it. I hope at the end of this class, like it will shift a bit more. Yeah. Um, I hope that at the end of this class, the 36% will be added to the third one. Yeah, if that happens, then I would say this repetition, this recap is a success, right? But then if you are part of the first one, like no need to panic. It's normal. Yeah, because we have learned a lot of theory, so it's calm. I think with this class we'll be able to solve that. Good. Now, in 2 minutes, when I start the clock, you have 2 minutes. I want you to share with me what you have learned so far from session 1 and last week as well. Anything that you have learned so far, put in there. You can add multiple answers in there, and then, all right, let's go. Just write anything that you've learned so far. You have 2 minutes to. You can write 10 stuff, 8 stuff, as much as you want. Drop it. I'm going to be sharing the answers so that we can all see the chords. Someone said the chords. Guys, write anything. There are no right or wrong answers. Notes, keys, record. Seventh chords. Okay. And ninth chords. Whoa. Amazing. Half step and whole step. Yes. That's, yeah. We've seen that too. Scales. Very, very important. We've seen that. I see a hashtag. The person who wrote it will explain to me what they mean with hashtag. The names of the keys, octaves, chords, the forming of a major key, the minor key. Okay, great. Great. Give me more, guys. Give me more. The scale formula, yes, yes. I hope we still know what the formula is. WWH, WWWH. What is that? I hope you'll explain to me later. You have 15 seconds more to go. 15 seconds more. Write your answers in there. Sharp and flat. Okay, I see sharp and flat. What do we mean with that? B stands for flat. Oh, okay, okay. Someone threw the explanations in there. The relative minor of it. Oh, okay. Big words. Relative minor. Okay, our time is up. Our time is up. Good. So now, thank you for the answers. It's really good that we all were involved in it. And I hope we all wrote at least one thing. Great. Now let's go over everything and then see what we can say about it. All right. The composition of the piano. So I hope you meant composition and not composition. Composition of the piano. What do you mean with that?
I probably used the wrong word, but I just meant how the structure or the layout of the piano is.
Okay. And what is the layout of the piano? How is it laid out?
Is it consists out of the 12 keys with 7 whites and 5 black keys, right? And it's a repetition throughout, like depending on the size of your piano that you have.
Exactly. Perfect explanation. Sharp and flat. Who wrote this? Sharp and flat. What do you mean with sharp and flat? Even if you didn't write it and you want to chip in, you can always say it. Sharp and flat. Please. I want this to be interactive because we are doing this together. Okay.
The different types of keys. So if you're stepping up, you will most likely call the black notes the sharp, and if you are stepping down, you will most likely call them a flat.
Exactly. Stepping up, stepping down. I like the explanation. Good. And I see a very difficult thingy here. The relative minor of a key. Can somebody explain to me what he or she meant with the relative minor of a key? What do we mean with that? We saw that last week. We're gonna work on it today as well because it was what we learned last week. But who wrote it and what do we mean with the relative minor of a key?
I wrote it, but I think what I wrote out the explanation was that you said it was the sixth note of that key's major scale. Something like that.
The sixth note of that key is major scale. So,
maybe I
is
wrote
there
the
any
thing wrong, but if you have the C major, then the relative minor of the C is the sixth note of that.
Exactly. I think you turn how you explain it now with an example is right. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, good. The scale formula. We saw the scale formula. I think somebody wrote down the formula down here. WWH, WWWH. What does W stand for?
A whole key.
A whole key or a whole note. What do we mean with a whole note on the piano? When we say a whole note, what do we mean with that?
A whole note is that you skip 2 notes. No, 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 no.
No,
I
no,
mean, like on the
never.
keys, on the keys. So for
Mhm.
example, if you have the C,
Okay, so for example, if you have the C, I have the C here. Yes.
yeah, a whole note of that will be the D.
Did I skip 2 notes?
Well, I mean, including the first one, that would be 2.
I will not include the first one because I'm playing it, so I'm not skipping it. I
All
only
right,
skip
so
one
you
note.
skip one, yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So when I skip one, it's a whole note. Yeah, and then a half note is then obviously Rich Love. Can you chip in? When we say a half note, what do we mean with a half note?
Please, I cannot chip in.
You cannot chip in. Is there
No,
anybody who can?
please.
Okay, is there anybody who can chip in? What is a half note?
A half note is when you don't skip a note. So
Yeah,
the
exactly. So a half note is when I
the-
don't skip a note. So like I'm playing C. The half note from C is C sharp because I don't skip any note. Once I skip a note and I go to the next available key, it's a whole note. So D, this one is a whole note from this here because I skipped one note. Yeah, that's what we meant with whole and a half note. Yeah. And then somebody explained the sharp and the flat. So for the sharp, we have this as a symbol. The hashtag stands for flat. It's sharp, sorry. And then a letter B, a lowercase b stands for flat. Yeah. So whenever you see, for example, C hashtag, it means C sharp. When you see D B, it means D flat, right? Yeah. And we also saw the number system. It will come on board, so we will not go over everything, a half step, a whole step. One thing that maybe I want to say is that sometimes we use um, um, a semitone. When we say a semitone, it's basically semi is half, right? So it's just a word choice. A half note, a semitone is just yeah. So sometimes people also say semitone. I forgot to mention it, but yeah. So okay, thank you for your input. I think we have learned a whole lot. Yeah, most of these stuff were from last week as well, which was not really clear. So we're gonna work on it, really drill it in, and then we will be sure to make it stick. All right. And Rachel, if you have any question, feel free to ask because at the end of this class, I want everybody to be on the same page. All right. Thank you.
Yes, please, I've heard you.
Now, first question from the first class. How many total notes are on a keyboard before, wait, I'm going to close it. Yeah. How many total notes are on a keyboard before they repeat? Once you answer that, and then how many white and how many black? Yeah, I will start the clock, then we can fill in our answer. So I read the question again. How many total notes are on a keyboard before they repeat? And then once you answer that, how many white and how many black? So I want to see 3 numbers. All right? Okay, let's answer. You have time to think. Three people have their answers in. 4 people now. 6 people have their answers in. 1 more minute to go. If you really don't know, you can always go look at the PowerPoint of session 1 and 2. It's fine. There is no guilt in that. Someone said no lessons has been shared. Who was that?
That's me, please.
What do you mean you can't give an answer?
It says no lessons have been shared with this class yet.
People are in.
I
You
think
were
he needs to refresh.
okay. Refresh then, and let's see if it'll work. Okay, time is up. Let me That's it. Now let's see what y'all say. Tone Antwoorden. 12 notes, 7. I'm seeing some. Oh, no. Okay. 5 black, 7, 1, 7. Did anybody write something different? Emanuela, you did not write how many in total? So 5 black, 7 white, but then 12 in total. Yeah. But I guess you knew that you just forgot to write. Okay, everybody has it right. Okay, that's good. That's basically the basics of it. So we have our basic in place. So we are cool. So on the keyboard we have 12 in total. Yeah. If we look at the keyboard right here, let's start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 here. All 12, yeah. And then, yeah. And then they will repeat itself again. So repeat itself again, and then repeat itself again all over the board, right? And we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blacks, 5 blacks, 5 blacks, 5 blacks. They keep on repeating itself. And then we have 7 blacks here, 7 blacks here, 7 blacks here. Yeah. That's how it's composed of. All right. Good. Next question. Yeah. Basically, I showed you here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 whites. Well, C repeats itself, so I'm not going to count this as a different note, right? So 7 and then 5 blacks. And these ones repeat itself all across the entire board, right? Now, what do we call the repeating notes as you move up or down the keyboard? A pitch, a frequency, an octave, a modulation. Okay, y'all can answer in 3, 2, 1. Eleven people haven't answered yet. Let's go. 9 more people to answer. Oh, we are thinking a lot. Glory. 9 more people. Let's all answer. Come on. Wait. You guys can see everything and answer, right? You guys can see everything, right? Or you can also. Wait. Turn. I was almost then.
Yeah, now we can.
Oh my God! Why didn't you guys say anything?
No. Before it was just like we had the A B C D, but we wouldn't get a pitch and octave. We needed to look on the Teams.
Oh, okay. My apologies. I wanted to share that with you as well, so I can also see on your phone. Yeah, 8 more people. 8 people haven't answered. I want everybody to answer something. Even if it's wrong, it's fine. It won't show your name that you were the one who it's anonymous, so y'all are safe. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah. Okay, 9 people answered an octave. 2 people answered a modulation. I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but anybody who answered modulation, do you care to explain why you chose that? sometimes you can learn a lot from mistakes. When you choose a different thing, your explanation can make us also realize why you chose it, and it will help us in our thought process as well. So if you chose modulation and you have a good explanation for it, do you care to share with us? Oh, please.
I am one of the people that picked modulation. I have no reason why I picked modulation. I knew it was either octave or modulation, but yeah, I don't have an explanation that would make sense.
Wait, who is talking? I don't see anybody.
I
Can we
am
all switch, please switch?
Carissa.
Okay, can we all please switch our camera on, please? Camera on, camera on, camera on. Right. So a modulation, what is a modulation actually? For example, let's say we are singing a song, right? And I'm singing in C. And then we are singing, "I give you the glory, the honor, the honor, you are worthy to be praised." So like I modulated, which means I went up to a different key. That's what a modulation is. So when we are singing and we modulate, we go from, for example, C to D. We change our key. Yeah, that is modulation. Yeah, so the correct answer is indeed octave, because an octave is when is the same note repeating itself, but that same note has a lower pitch or a higher pitch. I repeat, an octave is the same notes with a lower or a higher pitch. Yeah, so when you repeat the same notes but at a lower or a higher pitch, that's what we call an octave. So practically, for example, I'm playing here F sharp. Yeah, when I play this one, it's still F sharp. It's the same notes, but we hear that one is same notes. It's just the pitch that is different. Right? Great. So that is the difference between octave and modulation. So the correct answer here is octave indeed. Now, we learned about the names of the piano, right? And I'm gonna bring this slide here. This slide here. Yeah, we can see that the names of the piano. And I said on the first class, I said that there are only two names that we should keep in mind. What two names did I say we should keep in mind? Anybody who can remind me?
Is that not C and F?
C and F, exactly. Not only C and F by heart. So C is the white note that starts the two black notes. Yeah, that is C. And the white notes that start the three black notes is F. These are only the two notes that you should know by heart. When you know this, you can derive all the other notes from those two reference notes. Yeah. So if you know that C, I bet that we all know our A, B, C, D, right? Yeah. So if we have our C, the next alphabet from C is D. So we know that the note, the white key in between these two black notes is D, because from C we go to D, and from D we go to E, and then we are back at our F. The F is what I said we should also know by heart, right? So the white key beginning the two black keys is C, and the white key beginning the three black keys is F, right? If you know that this is F, the next one is G. If you know that this is G, the next one is A. If you know that this is, no, wait. I said that we stop at G, right? So we don't have anything as H, I, J, K. I was thinking about my alphabet. I was like, what comes after H? So H, I, J, K. We don't have anything of that. When we get to G, we come back to A, B, and then we are back in our C, right? So C, D, E, F, G, A, B. This was from the first class, and I think we are all really good at it now. And we have the sharp and the flat. Yeah, we can see that the black notes, I'm repeating this just so that we are all on the same page. I know that we know it already, but I want us all to be on the same page. With the black keys, you can always see two names on here. we said in the beginning that when you see a hashtag, it's sharp. So this one is C sharp, but you also see a lowercase b. The lowercase b is called flat. So this is D flat or C sharp. We refer to the white notes as sharp when we consider this as C plus a half step plus a half note. So when we ascend, we call sharp. So if you look at this black key from the angle point of C, then you refer to it as sharp because it is a C and you've ascended it and you've gone up. So when you ascend, when you go up, you sharpened your C, you sharpened your note. So sharp means plus a half note. Yeah, you go up. So this is called C sharp. This can also be referred as D flat. Why? Because it's the D and you come back. Yeah, you flatten flattening meaning bringing it down a half step. So when you bring it down a half step or a half note, you flatten your D. So this is called D flat. That's why on the black keys we have two names that we give it. So this D flat or C sharp. Same thing for this one right here. D plus half note sharp or E minus half note E flat. Yeah, that is where the name comes from. We did this in the first class. I know we all have this in mind. Now, knowing this, my question now to you is, the black key between F and G can be called F sharp, but what other name can we give to this note? Okay, you have 1 minute to answer, which is like a lot, but yeah. $35 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, now let's see what you all answered. Rachel, what's the other name for F sharp?
G flat.
G flat. Let's see what everybody say. G flat, G flat, G flat, G flat, G flat. Somebody said F sharp. The question was what's its other name? It was not what is the meaning of this hashtag. So you have F sharp and the other name for it is G flat, exactly. And we don't write our G flat as this. We write it with a symbol. So G and then a lowercase b, right? We never write flat as in F-L-A-T. And someone said a half step. I was asking for the other name. We either call it F sharp or G flat because this is your F, because it is this F sharp, right? It is the F and I've gone up a half step, or it is my G and I've come down a half step. So F sharp or G flat. Any question with this? No question? No? Okay. Then we move on. Please, if you have questions here, I'm here to answer every question. I want us all to grow at the same pace. Feel free to ask any questions. Nobody will judge you here. This is a free space, all right? And we are all learning, so yeah. So as I said, hashtag means sharp, and then a lowercase b means flat, right? So whenever you ascend, when you go up, you refer to the note as sharp. And whenever you descend, you go down, you refer to them as flats, right? Know this and you basically know the names of your piano. So whenever somebody says, oh, I'm singing the key D, I'm singing in the key F, then you know what the starting point of that key is, basically, right? So know the names well. Now, and sleep oefening. So drag the correct name to the right picture. It could be that some of them might have two names. Yeah, remember what I said. It's kind of, black notes can be referred to as sharp or flat. Yeah, so if they have two names, then you also drag both of them, right? So that's the question. Drag the correct chord to the correct picture. Not correct chord, sorry, correct notes. There is a mistake in my thingy. It's not a chord, it's a note because it's one. My apologies with that. I was a bit too fast working on that. Okay, so now we can go fill it in. So drag and drop, drag and drop. $14 people are not done yet, 13 now. If you have a question, just shout it. Okay, I will answer. One and a half minute to go. 12 people haven't answered yet. That's a lot. Well, are not done, I mean. The drag and drop, is it easy to drag and drop or is it difficult to? Or it's calm? Wow, are you always this quiet? Glory.
It's okay.
Yeah, okay, calm. Okay, 50 more seconds. If you doubt, you can always look at the PowerPoint of session one. It's always it's okay. You don't have to know it by heart yet. If you don't know, it's calm. You can always have a look at it. Yeah, you can always have a look at the PowerPoint. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay, and the time is up. Okay, let's see what the answer is. Kijk antwoorden. Who dragged the keyboard? Glory. Wait, whoa. Terug naar slide. Okay. I think somebody dragged this. But anyways, so the first one was C sharp, right? C sharp or D flat. Can I not drag it anymore? Yeah, somebody accidentally dragged the keyboard. That's why they have jumped. But anyways, so the first one is C sharp or D flat, correct? This one right here is F sharp or G flat because it's the F and you have added a half note to it. You've gone up. Yes, so you have ascended, so F sharp. Or you can look at it from the point of view of G. G, you come back G flat, exactly. This one is G, obviously, because I said that we should know our F by heart. If you know your F, then you know that the next available note is G. This one is A, F is here, F, G, A. Or you can know your C and then, no, sorry, C is a bit here, C, B, A. And then this one, F sharp or A flat. Sorry, G sharp or A flat, because G, you go up a half step, G sharp, or A, you come back a half step, A flat. And then this one is D, right? Okay, so everything is right. But then I did not have, it's not everybody who answered it. So I'm not so sure how the whole class
My
is.
my app is bugging, so I wrote it down.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And was it the same? Did you have the same answers?
Yes, I did.
Great. Now, we came to something that we call the major scale. And I said that the major scale is the most important scale that I want you all to know, because basically those form the melody of our singing in church. Most of it, well, sometimes we can add a flattened note in there, here and there, but overall, our major scale is what we use to play the melody of all the song, of most of the songs that we sing in church, right? If you know your major scale, it's easy to know your major chords and your minor chords, right? So your major scale is extremely important. And yeah, we define what a major scale is, looking at it from the singing point of view. What did I say a major scale is? What is a major scale? I gave a definition of what a major scale is. So y'all can answer. What is a major scale? Don't think too far. I want to hear what I said last week or last session. What is a major scale from the point of view of a singer? Okay, Rachel is first. Am I? Who will join her? Come on, guys. We know what a major scale is, right? 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Our time is up, and I have only 2 answers. Okay, 3. I wanted to see the whole board filled with answers. What is a major scale, Faustina? Can you help us out?
I remember you said that a major scale is like a set of 8 notes, whereby we technically have 7 different notes, and then the 8 is the same note as the first one.
Yes. So if you should say it in a term that even a baby will understand, like everybody will understand, what is the major scale from the point of view of a singer? Rachel?
Is it not do re mi fa sol?
Exactly. The major scale is do re mi fa sol la ti do. But what you said, it consists of 8 notes, 7 different keys, whereby 8 is the perfect explanation is right. Yeah, but it's basically do re mi fa sol la si do. That is the major scale. And I also like the fact that you put the do in Hakia, so how you say it? Yeah. Why did you do that? Why did you put it into bracket here? That's the way. Why did you put the do into bracket?
Well, it's an octave, so
It is basically the same notes, but just an octave higher. Thank you
yeah.
for the explanation. And oh, Emanuela, okay, now you know, right? So the major scale is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. I don't think we will forget it anymore. That is a major scale, right? And in order to know the major scale, I also said that, yeah, okay, we know that the major scale is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, but then I don't want us to know it as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. I want us to know it as what? Is there anybody who can answer it? What do I want us to know it as? Not as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, but
Numbers.
as numbers. Yeah. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So do becomes your 1, re becomes your 2, and so on. Yeah. So we do 1, 2, 3. But obviously you have to know that our do, re, mi is still there. Yeah. But then going forward, I want us to work with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Right. Knowing that, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, we call it the scale degree. Right. So the fourth scale degree is fa because do, re, mi, fa. Yeah. So the numbers are called the scale degree of the major scale. Now, the question is, type the scale degree for each. So for the sol, for the ti, for the do, what is the scale degree for these three? All right. Answer. If you don't understand the question, you can raise your hands and I'll explain it again. Okay, we have two answers. Who want to add your answer? The scale degree for sol, ti, and do. Emanuela, don't come and write, I don't know. Thank you. 50 more seconds. Please, as for this, I need everybody to answer. Because I just explained the number system 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So what is sol, what is ti, what is do? I need everybody to answer this. 30 more seconds. Twenty more seconds. I need 9 people more to answer. Please, why is it that we have a lot of people with their camera turned off? Please, I want to speak to people. Okay, our time is up. Okay, so what scale degree is it, Ada? What scale degree is sol?
5.
I put 5.
5, great. Faustina, T?
The 7th.
Yes. And then the most easiest one, Beneta, Do, is obviously.
It's 1 or 8.
Exactly. It's 1 or 8, but most of the time we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. We come back on 1 again. I see that Helen wrote 6, 7, 8. What is what scale degree is 6?
Dat was een foutje. Dat was een mistake.
No, it's fine. I know it's wrong. That's why I'm asking. What scale degree is 6? Anybody who want to chip in? What scale degree is 6? Sorry?
E.
Huh?
E.
No.
La.
La. Thank you. Why did you say A? Because we are doing do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. I don't see any A in there. Thank you. So la, obviously, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. So we know, so these are our scale degree. So your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 is your scale degree. But then how do we know which one that we have to play? That is where we implemented the formula. The most easiest major scale to play is obviously our key C, because C has only white notes. Coincidentally, it has only white notes. So with that one, when we are playing the major scale of C, yeah, it's quite easy. So you play 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Yeah, great. The formula says, I wrote down here also do, re, mi. So we can now see here the 6th scale degree is la, T is 7, and so on. The formula is WWH, WWWH. So whole, half, whole, half. And I said something really important that I don't want us to make it, because once you have that as a mistake, once that is wrong, everything that follows is obviously off. What is the most important thing that you definitely have to do? What I said.
When you start counting, you don't like include your root notes.
Yes, so you start counting after you have played your root note. So if I want to apply this formula to C, I play my C first before I start to count whole, half. I have to play the next note, which is F, whole again, whole, half.
Riichie,
Yes.
what do you mean by half? What does that stand for? What is half?
Please, I don't want to repeat myself. Everybody turn your camera on, because don't be talking once I'm not seeing you. Please.
A moment, I'm coming.
Carissa, Benetta, I don't want to keep repeating this. Okay, come on, please. So I'm going to answer your question. No, I will throw it to somebody else to answer. Faustina, what's the difference between whole and half?
A whole note is whereby you skip the next note, and the half one is whereby you just play the next following notes.
Exactly. So let's take, for example, C and D.
Oh,
Why is
so
C
the
and
same. Wait. I think I understand. The first lessons that we had, we learned about the half and the full note. So the same principle applies here then. Because when we jump one note, it's a half note. When we jump two, it's a full note, right?
No.
Oh.
No. That is not what Faustina said. Faustina said that when you don't skip any notes and you play the next note right above it or below it, is a half step. So a half step is you just play the next note right above it. Yeah. And a whole note is when you skip the next note above it and you play that next. It can be black or white. So for example, E and F is a half step away from E. Why? Because when I play my E and I'm going to my F, I don't skip over any notes. Right, I play my F right next to it. So my F is a half step away from my E. So with a half step, you don't skip over any notes. But with a whole step, you jump one note and you go to your next. So if I should apply this formula, I play my C and then I start to count C. The next one is whole. So whole, I will jump over C sharp, I'll go to the next D. And then I have whole again. I will jump over this, I go to the E. And then next is H, which is half. I don't jump over anything. I just play the next note right above it, which is F. And then I'm back again with the whole. I will jump over this, play a whole. Another whole, I jump over this, I play this. Another whole, I jump over this, I play this. And then the last one is a half, and then I'm back to my C. So 2 holes, 1 half, 3 holes, another half. Does it make sense?
A bit. So C is a whole, right? And then if we should press on the C sharp, it's a half, no?
No, C is not a whole. Like you cannot say a note is a whole. Another note is either a whole note away from a reference note, or is a whole note away from a reference note, or a half step away from a reference note. So you always have to say it's a whole step from a note. You cannot say a key is a whole note.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I play if I want to know D a whole note, I have to ask myself, is D a whole note from what note? D is a whole note from C. Why? Because I jumped over this black note. So if I play my C, so when I'm playing a major scale, I first have to play my root, like where I'm starting from. If I'm playing my C major scale, I play my C first before I start to apply the scale formula. So I play my C first, I'm playing my C major, so I hit my C first, then I start to count. Then I know I have to play a whole note. Then I go to D because D is a whole note from C. I have to play another whole note again. I go to E because E is a whole note from D. The next one is a half note.
So the half note will be either the D sharp or the E flat, right?
From what note? What do you mean? Half note from where?
I'm trying to link it to the formula, the scale formula.
Yeah. Okay.
So the whole note begins with C.
No, the whole note doesn't begins with C. If you are playing the C major scale, you are starting in C. You first have to make you first have to decide what's your starting note. Where are you starting from? Because you cannot start to count whole if you don't know your starting point. So first you make you say where you are starting from. Yeah. So if I'm playing C major scale, I'm starting from C. If I'm playing D major scale, I'm starting from D. If I'm playing the E major scale, I'm starting from E. Right? So if I'm playing C major scale, I start from C, then I start to apply my formula because I have to first decide where is my starting point. If I've not yet decided what my starting point is, I cannot count whole from what? You understand?
Sorry. So that means this scale formula is a standard formula that can be applied anywhere. We shouldn't always start from C. I can also start from F, and then the formula continues, right?
The most important thing I said is if you are playing the E major scale, where do you start E? If you are playing the F major scale, you start from F. If you are playing the F sharp major scale, you start from F sharp. So any major scale that you are starting from, that major scale is your starting point. Your do is
formula applies with it.
And then you start exactly. So if I'm playing D major scale, D is my 1, obviously. If I'm playing A flat major scale, A flat is my 1, obviously. So your starting point is the same as the name of the major scale where you are playing at. So if I'm playing B flat major scale, where's my starting point then?
B flat. Wait.
Exactly. Because I'm playing B flat major scale, so B flat is my starting point. And once I've decided what my starting point is, then I start to apply the formula and do whole note, whole half, whole half. Yes, Ada?
Yes, good evening. I have a question for this formula starting from C. Why is it from E to F is a half note? I thought that would be whole.
No, because you first have to start on your 1. Your 1, you don't say whole yet because we first have to decide what our reference point is, what our beginning is. Yeah, so if I'm playing my C major scale, C is my beginning. So I first play my beginning note. Let me go to the piano. I think it will make it easier. So I'm playing my, so let's say my C right here. Yeah. I'm playing my C major scale. So I start on the C. Once I hit the C, then I start to apply the formula. This is my starting point. And then I have whole. Whole from C is what note?
D.
D. Another whole again. So what note?
E.
The next one is half. So what note?
F sharp.
Hey, half.
Hey, sorry.
Is it not E sharp?
Huh. Do we have anything as E sharp? Does E sharp exist? No, because between E and F, we don't have any black. So we don't have anything as E sharp. So from E, we go to F because we don't have any E sharp, like no black notes in between E and F. So from E, I have to play a half step. Half step is the next note right above it. It doesn't have to be black or white. Hold on. It doesn't have to be black or white. Just play your next note right above it. And the next note right above it is F. Then I'm back to a whole again. A whole from F is
G.
And then another whole again. A. Then another whole again.
That is
another whole
B.
from B. And then the last one is a half note. So then a half note is then
C.
on B. If I'm on B, what is the half note from B?
C.
Exactly. It's just here. C. So that is the formula how we apply it. So first play your starting point, play your first note, and then whole, half, whole, half. You get it?
I got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Any question with this? Because this is the basics of what is coming. So once you grasp this, we cool. Yeah? So this is the major scale formula. So don't forget, first hit your first chord. After you've hit your first chord, then you can start applying the scale formula. Are we all now on the same page? Thank you. Now, between which two scale degrees is the gap a half step? Answer here. Between which two scale degrees is the gap a half step? The piano there is just for picture purposes, isn't it? You don't actually need a piano to be able to answer the question. One more minute. $40. Hey, 14 people hasn't responded yet. 19 seconds. Time is almost up for 9 people. Time is up. So majority of the people answered 3 to 4, 7 to 1. Anybody who answered D, who care to explain before I show the answer?
Because you
Please.
don't have a black note between the 3 and the 4, that makes it a half step. And same with 7 and 1.
Should I consider it as correct? Your answer is right, but I don't like your explanation. Manuela, do you have something else?
Well, I just think like if you, as we use the C as our reference key, from there on, I always had it in mind that between the 3 and the 4 is the half step, you know, because visually that's what makes sense to me. And then between the 7 and 1, but then when you play it on another key, it's not gonna make sense. So I just keep it in my head that it's between 3 and 4 and 7 and 1.
Exactly. What you said, Susanna, perfect for C. But then if I should go to D now, I cannot explain again with the black notes and the white note anymore. Yeah, so for C is good. Yeah. But the perfect way to explain it is we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, right? I play my 1 and then I do whole note 2, whole note 3. Then from the 3 to the 4 is a half note if I apply my formula. So 3, 4 is half note. Then another whole note to my 5, another whole note to my 6, another whole note to my 7, and then back to my 1 is a half note. That is how you should keep it in mind by explaining it with the major scale formula. Yeah, so please write it down. Between 3 and 4 is a half note, and between 7 and 1 is also a half note. So if you keep that in mind, between 3 and 4 is a half note, 7 and 1 is a half note, you can play any major scale on the piano. Between 3 and 4 is a half note, between 7 and 1 is a half note. Let's put this into practice. Let me show the answer. Yes, it's D. Let's put this into practice and see here. So now I will not think anymore. I will just apply. I will just play a half note when I get to my 3 and 4 and play a half note again when I get to my 7 and 1. With all the rest, just play whole note, whole note, whole note. Don't think anymore. Yeah. So, for example, C sharp. We know that in C is, as for C, it's easy, right? C sharp. In C sharp, now after you play your first note, start to count whole, and then half and so on. And then keep in mind that 3 and 4 is a half note, right? So 1, so 2, 3, 4. I play a half note on the 4 because I said 3 and 4 is a half note. So with a half note, you don't skip any note. You just play the next note right above it. After I play this, I know 5 is a whole note, so I skip this 5. 6 is a whole note, so I skip this. 7 is a whole note, so I skip this. But for 7 to my 1 is a half note, then I play this. So if you only keep in mind that 3 and 4 is a half note and 7 and 1 is a half note, you can play any major scale. Any question with this? Or do I explain with a different key? So we good? Okay. Can we now all open GarageBand or the piano on your phone? And let's see if we can apply it. Yeah, so open GarageBand on your phone. And what? So this is the exercise that I want you guys to do at home, right? And then not to go too fast here, let's just pick 60 BPM. Just that, yeah. And you let it play at home, yeah. And then the exercise is start on C, the easiest one. You play. Again, let's do it together. I'm playing my C major scale now. C sharp, whole note, half note, whole note, half note, hold on, sorry, half note. Yeah. Susanna, I want you to play the C sharp major scale for me. Put your thingy on, and then I want to hear it. Just play so that we hear it.
C sharp. Okay.
I don't hear anything.
Oh.
It's your thingy on voice isolation, maybe, or I don't know.
Oh, maybe I should.
I'm closer a bit.
Yeah. Do you hear it?
No.
I don't know if it's my speaker.
Really clear.
I don't know. My
it's
volume
fine. It's
is
fine.
okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Anybody else who wanna play so that I can hear it? Come on, guys. Anybody else?
Yeah, I can play it.
Okay. C sharp. Huh? Yeah. So first hit your first note, and then you start to count. Wait, I don't hear anything.
Oh.
That's what. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Start over again. I think your rise on the drugging is on. Like put your rise on the drugging at like the. So that so what if it's not gonna work for anybody, it's fine. So like the thing that I want you to do at home is that you play the metronome at 60 BPM is really slow, right? And then you can do that for all the keys, right? So for example, in D, first hit your first note. Then if you just do whole half, whole half, you can play any note because you know that a whole step, it just you skip over one. It can be black or white, just skip it, right? I'm playing my D. Then the next one is a whole note. So what note do I play? E. Exactly. The next one is a whole note. So what note do I play?
F.
F sharp.
F sharp. Because a whole note skip over one. And then the next one is a half note. So
G.
G.
Who said E? G. Okay. And then a whole note. Exactly. Another whole note again. Then another whole note again.
C sharp.
then another, then we end with a half note. Exactly. So when you apply your whole half, trust me, you'll be able to play. Yeah. This is one of the most, I wouldn't say the most challenging, but because this is a new world, it will seem a bit exhausting, a bit overwhelming and stuff. But once you put time in, the most important thing, time, work on it every day, else, yeah, it's not gonna work. Yeah, in the morning, just spend like maybe 20 minutes on it in the morning. Just play, you come back, you do it again. So 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening, you do it every day, every day. Trust me, till next week, you will be playing C major scale, C sharp major scale, D major, even if not all the 12, you will like really, you would have understood the major scale. Yes, Ayo?
Yeah, hi. I don't find the GarageBand. I think that's options for iPhone users.
Yeah. So last week we said Helen had a good one. Helen, you had a good side for the piano, right?
Yeah, true. There was the. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Virtual piano keyboard.
Virtual piano keyboard.
Yeah, just type it in Google and you will get it.
Now, we are applying this in G major. So what I've explained, let's now apply it in G major. Now, the question is, between which two notes in G major is the gap a half step? So then you will have to go search for the 3, 4, and the 7 and 1 because we know that 3 and 4 is a half note, 7 and 1 is a half note, right? So my question is, between which two notes is this a half step? So then you ask yourself, half step. So I know 3 and 4, 7 and 1. So what are the 3 and 4th notes in my G major scale and my 7 and 1 in my G major scale? And that should be your answer. Yeah? So between which two notes in G major is the gap a half step? I'm not going to start a timer because I want us to be faster than 5 minutes. So with G, you start in G and you start to count. Whole, you can use your piano to do it. Play G and then whole, then half, whole, half. Then you can see where is a half note between which two notes. If you have any question, please shoot. I'm here to answer any question. Yeah, if you have any question, shoot. I like to talk a lot, so yeah. If you ask questions, I like it. Anybody who want to share the first two notes that has that is a half step? If you have found the first two notes, let me know.
Is it B and C?
B and C, perfect. B and C, because my G is here, right? I play my first note, then I start to count whole, half. So B and C. Then with the next one, so that is the first. So I know B and C, it can be this or this. This is cancelled out. This is cancelled out. So it's now between A and B. Yeah. Now I need somebody else to tell me the second note that has a half step. The second two notes, the 7 and the 1 in G major. We are looking at G major. So which other two notes?
F sharp and G.
F sharp and G, exactly. Yeah. one person chose this one, so a half point.
Can you explain this one again, please?
Yes. So we are in G, right? And the question is, between which two notes in G major is the gap a half step? So now the question that we have to ask ourselves that G major, what is the major scale of G major? Because if we know that, then we can know between which two notes is a half step. And again, a half step are two notes that are close to each other. No note is in between. Yeah. So then we have to know how to play our major scale of G. So the G are starting, G is here, right? G, and then whole, another whole, then half. This is my half. So then between B and C was my half. That was the first half of the question. B and C. Yeah, then I continue to count. Whole, I jump this, I come here. Whole again, I jump this, I come here. Then half note between F sharp and G. So the half note was B and C, F sharp and G. Because I play my first note and I start to count. Whole, half. Whole, half. Is it clear?
Yes, please.
Great. Now, I want you guys to do this all by yourself. Write the notes, the 8 notes that forms the E flat major scale by applying the formula. You have 5 minutes for this. Success. This is challenging, I know. But if you apply the formula, easy.
Riichie, can you display the keyboard, please?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
So the question was the E flat major scale. Write me the 8 notes for the E flat major scale. If you have a question, shoot. I'm glad to help. Is there anyone who has finished? Okay, Faustina, tell me. The rest, just focus on it and keep doing it. Yeah. Can you write me a direct message? Can you send me a direct message through here that on Teams that only me can see your answer?
Oh, okay.
Is it possible? I think
Yes,
it should be. Yeah. Send it to me. Don't put it in the chat that everybody will see, oh, please. One and a half more minute. Maybe a question for us all. If you are playing the E flat major scale, what is your first note? Richlove? If you are playing the E sharp, if you are playing the E flat major scale, what's your first note?
E flat.
Exactly. Thank you. Ah, wait, Richlove, it's not you who answered, was it?
Oh.
Let's see some answers. Okay, you have 30 more seconds. Then please try. And if you make mistake 1, 2, it's fine. Yeah. It's fine. It's a learning process. So, but do not write anything at all. That would be disappointing. Write something, and then if you make a mistake, then we learn from it. 5 seconds. We are with 17 here. Only 4 people have answered. What do you? Time is up. Only 5 people answered. Come on, guys. Huh? I see only 1 note here. What happened to the rest? Carissa? Glory.
ABF, yeah.
Yeah, fine. Okay, so let's see Faustina, what you said. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Quiet, please. Quiet, please. Faustina, let's see what you did. So you did E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, E. Yeah. That's right. Let me see with Benetta. E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. Oh, also correct. Rachel. E flat, F. What do you mean with E flat, F? Ah, you meant a dash, right? So yeah. So E flat, F, G, G sharp, A sharp, C, D, D sharp. Correct. Then Manuela, E flat, F, G, G sharp. Correct. Okay. So those who answered, yeah, except for Carissa, was right. So E flat. After my E flat, my next note is a whole note. So whole note meaning I skip 1 note. So I skip E, I go to F. Whole note again, I skip F sharp, I go to G. Half note, I don't skip over anything. I play the next note right above it. Then a whole note, I skip 1. Whole note again, I skip B. Whole note again, I skip C sharp. And then half note, I play the next note. Are we okay?
Riichie, we are allowed to DM you privately after the lessons, right?
Oh yeah, please disturb me. Like if you have personal the only way to growth is when you work like in your spare time, in your free time. If you only wait till when we meet and you want to ask questions, you will not grow. Right? I'm here to ask questions. I'm begging you guys to ask me so I can teach you. So ask me, bombard me with questions. I like to talk. I like to type. So please. Yes, Benetta.
Question. I heard that if a key is in maybe E flat, then if we are labeling the notes, we have to use the flats instead of using the sharps, even though they mean the same thing.
No,
is that true?
It's not true. Whoever said that, not true. That person was just being biased, then I would say. For example, Americans mostly say E flat instead of D sharp. But then some people also prefer to say D sharp instead of E flat. So it's just, so you have to know both names so that if anybody says C sharp or D sharp, you know what they mean, because they both have two names, basically. Yeah. So now I've kind of like, I know who is in the class here. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna be checking up on you guys to see if you guys have been practicing, because trust me, I'm not doing this because I don't have anything to do. Trust me, I'm so busy, right? But I'm doing this because I want to raise people who are good singers, like who understand the keys. Like we are building something here. Okay, so please, I'm helping you make good use of this. Learn, and ask me questions. Because I remember when I started playing the keys, this was mad difficult for me. Like, man was suffering. Yes, so I understand that it's hard. So please ask me questions, and I'm not going to be like, oh, I've explained it, but I still don't understand. No, if I have to explain it 10 times for you to understand, I'm ready to go that route and explain 10 times, 11 times if I must. Okay, so feel free, don't be shy or like to ask me questions or whatnot. Okay. um we And then yeah, I had other ones for F, for G, and then we also have the minor scale. But then yeah, our time is up, so we cannot. So what I would do is that I see, because I kind of like I kind of like had a different idea of, okay, for the second session we will see this, and then third we see this. Like we were running with speed, but I feel like I have to like really calm down and make sure you guys understand it. Yeah, because I want us all to be on board. So for the next class, we will start here where we've stopped there with the major scale. Then we go to the minor scale, the relative minor. Here we have this major scale again, the relative minors that we have to fill in, the relative, and so on. Why is it showing me the answers? Yeah. But we will also pick it up with the next session. Yeah. Next week, we are not having like a teaching class, but we are having a guest minister who's coming to speak to us. Trust me, the first time was Emmanuel Smith, right? This person, I'm not gonna say anything. Show up on time, because yo, this person is loaded. Yeah, loaded. So come expectant, and it will basically be the same as Emmanuel Smith, the importance of skill for a minister. But this person will also speak at it from his or her point of view. I don't want to say if it's a she or a he, please. So from his or her point of view, yeah. And trust me, this person has stand on big stages, sang with big people, has like yo. And when it comes to singing, she has an amazing voice. Like, so be here, be prepared to ask questions, anything that you want to know or whatnot. And yeah, I have a meeting with that person this weekend to kind of like talk about what I want her to touch on, definitely, and whatnot. See, I am pulling strings for you guys. The length I had to go to make this happen, make good use of it. Okay, show up and then come and learn. All right. Is there anybody with any question before I let you guys go? Please ask questions now. You don't have anything? Okay, Manuela.
Is there going to be an assignment this week?
Yes, definitely. Last week I didn't give an assignment because I wanted you guys to, because a lot of you guys were like, oh, it was too much. It wasn't really clear. So I wanted to like make sure I come back on it, teach it again. So if I give an assignment, I know that y'all can solve it. So I'm gonna give an assignment, and please, like one thing is that I cannot force you guys, because if you don't do it, what can I do? I cannot do anything, right? But it will really help you if you kind of like, yeah, do it. Okay. And even if you don't understand it, ask me questions. I'm here for you. I'm here to serve you guys, bro. Okay. All right. No more questions? No. Now, Rich Love, I'm going to worry you a lot this week. Like, you have to learn a lot. Okay. I'm going to worry you a lot. But bless you all guys so much for being here, for sacrificing your sleep, because I know that by this time y'all will be dreaming about whatever, but y'all are here, and it will really pay off one day. Really pay off. Yeah. And what we have on the plan is a lot. We have a lot, because we have to talk about finding a harmony part, how to find a key of a song. If you have to learn a song, how you can find the key yourself, modulation, like a whole lot. Yeah. So, but then it only begins if our foundation is strong. If this is not good and we built upon, like, yeah, you will fall behind and you'll fall back. Yeah. Emanuela?
Then, with all the things you are saying, what is like, how do you say it in English? Like ramming of like the periods we're going to be taught by you.
Yeah. So what I have a time schedule in mind, but I'm also being careful, because with the first one that I did, I see that it didn't work like what I wanted, is because of the pace at which some people learn. Yeah, and I don't want to leave anybody behind, So I just want to make sure that everybody is with me, and then we move on. Yeah, but then we will just build on, and based on, yeah, like how, yeah, you guys learn is what we will do. And I'm also seeing if we can plan our first meeting in person as well. So that one will also come, and then we see when we can meet in person to kind of like touch on, yeah, what we've learned so far, physique. Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys. I'm so tired. I have to go eat. Yeah. So bless you all so much. Yeah. Y'all have an amazing day. Please, I'm your friend. I'm your whatever. If you have any questions, DM me. Yeah. Ask me questions. And then I'm very nice, I think. Yeah. So feel free to ask me whatever. Bless you all so much. Have an amazing night. May God protect you as you sleep. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.